How's it going, everybody? Bam, back in Rocket League, or at least kind of back in Rocket League. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and so we're just gonna try it out here, see what you guys think. If you do like it, be sure to let me know down in the comments and click that like button. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So today we are going to be taking a look at Atomic's POV from G2's Game 3 win over FaZe in the sweep of FaZe Clan here in Game 3. So, we're going to start it off here on the kickoff. Atomic, second man here. He's just going to do a little bit of a cheat. It's not a very fast cheat, not a very close cheat. G2 loses the kickoff. Pretty standard early game stuff going on here. Atomic gets a little bit of a 50 there. Typical does a good job to win it. Now, right here, I really want to focus on Chicago's POV. So Chicago kind of alone here on the back wall. JNaps is, he's not here. JNaps is dead. He's been demoed. So it's just Atomic and Chicago left. So Chicago alone on the back wall. Atomic's going to challenge Sypical here, and the reason that he's going to do that is because Sypical, when he goes for this flip reset, he can't see Atomic. He doesn't know where Atomic's at. So if Atomic comes up from the bottom to challenge this, Sypical has a way harder time trying to get rid of this ball in time. So Atomic's going to go ahead and jump for this ball. He's going to get the challenge. He's going to bail Chicago out. Sypical no idea he was jumping for it, and G2's able to get the clear here into the corner. So that's a really important thing that I think a lot of people, it's ball chasing. Oh, it's, he's double committing. He's going when he shouldn't go. If Chicago's left alone on the back wall there, and Atomic just plays Chicago's touch, or if Atomic just waits for something to happen there, especially in this high of a rank, I mean, these are the best players in the world. Sypical is probably scoring that. I mean, and that's no knock on Chicago as a defender. That's no knock on G2 at all. It's just Sypical's just that good. All these players are just that good that if they get a 1v1 and they have the reset, they're probably just scoring if Chicago's alone if the defender's alone on the back wall. So really important there for Atomic to ball chase there. One of the good times when it's definitely good thing to ball chase. So again, Chicago gets kind of a look there, missed. Able to 50, and then this is probably about the worst thing you're going to see from Atomic and JNaps. This is a pretty bad double commit. They're both just kind of here. Neither of them really gets a great look at this because of where Mist is at. I mean, maybe Jake has a better look at this, or maybe he could slow play this because Mist is jumping way early for this. But I mean, that's about the worst thing you're going to see in this game from anybody on G2. So again, you can see there, Atomic went to go challenge that one early. He wasn't in a good position to, so he had to backflip out of it. This time, Chicago able to get the clear from the back wall. Atomic with plenty of boost in the tank. Ooh! Ooh! Atomic, the sidewall double, absolutely peaking here in Game 3 against FaZe Clan. I mean, what are you supposed to do against that? If you're missed here, this is as good of an attempt at the save as you're gonna get. Chicago gets it out to mid. You can't really challenge that because you're backwards. You go to collect the corner boost, and it didn't really matter. Did not matter at all. Atomic just absolutely slots one, the sidewall double. Just an incredible shot. So able to get back on that one. Able to get back. Johnny. The G2 kickoffs, I don't know what it is. G2 kickoffs this whole weekend were not good. This time, Atomic was able to get back in time. He still got forward a little bit. I mean, because he has to come kind of attack this ball from the side and almost get back to it. You can see because the ball is still heading towards the back wall after he gets a touch there. He almost has to redirect it away from net instead of actually getting a good clear. But he is able to recover on the back wall here. Use up that boost, get a nice touch out. Use what he had, but yeah, the kickoffs this weekend for G2 were not good, just not good at all. I think Optic scored 3 or 4 kickoff goals in the first 3 games of the series that G2 ended up getting eliminated on. Like Optic was just all over them on kickoffs, and that's the one spot that G2 was not good at that was really concerning. They did get beat over the top a bunch this weekend as well. Teams, Sup ended up getting the reverse sweep. A lot of it was based on counterattacks. And G2 has been susceptible to that in the past as well. See, again, right here. Chicago. This is, people are going to say, oh, he's ball chasing, he's double committing, he's not letting his teammates handle it. His teammates are in a great position. If Chicago doesn't go for this, Mist is just scoring. I mean, it ends up in a goal for FaZe anyway, but at least the Chicago, gets a challenge here and still lets Atomic and JNaps be able to get to this. It does end up hitting the post really awkwardly, which bounces straight back out to First Killer, who's able to score on basically an open net. So it doesn't work out for G2 in the end there anyway, but you're a lot less likely to give up a goal there if Chicago goes. It just so happened to be a really good challenge there for Mist. Like I said, kickoff's been an issue. This time they get bailed out because First Killer also misses the ball, thinking that Atomic is going to hit the ball. Because G2 does slightly lose this kickoff. JNaps and Sypical here. G2 loses this kickoff. The ball coming back to Atomic. Atomic thought it was going to go a little bit more left. It doesn't. Atomic does good by not flipping. If he would have flipped here, he'd have been way further out of the play. It does end up coming back to Chicago. So Atomic says, hey, you know what? I'm going to go demo. It doesn't end up working. Mist, being the wall in defense that he is able to get the save here. Sypical double. Chicago, great job getting back. Atomic here, going up the back wall. Knowing how much boost he had here, I mean, you got 100. You'd like to think that he could jump and challenge this, but, waiting on the back wall there. This was an interesting turn. I didn't really entirely get that one, but, Chicago was back, so maybe that's why he waited a little bit longer. And then First Killer. Again, First Killer is just going to do First Killer. I mean, this is just great. This is just great. Gets the one touch, air rolls to get under the ball, flicks it top corner. Jake, as good of a defender as JNaps is, there's nothing you can do there. First Killer alone on the ball, he's gonna win that every time. Back to Atomic here. 3 minutes left. G2's down by 1. They haven't really been trailing this series a lot. Nice little pass and unfortunate. So unfortunate here. Did not mean to do that. From JNaps. This is just so unlucky here. Atomic goes for the shot. This is such a great passing play. Jake, he sees Mist. He knows he's got him. And it just clips the tail of JNaps' car here. He gets the demo on one. Opens up the midfield. Comes to get the demo on the second man. And then just ever so slightly gets the touch. And saves it. And Atomic doesn't know that save is coming. If Atomic would have just waited, he would have just been able to slot it anyway. But unfortunate for G2 there. Atomic gets demoed here. And we're right back into some nice G2 versus FaZe Rocket League. Mist was very good this series. First Killer is always good. It wasn't even really that FaZe played all that poorly. G2 just really played well this series. You saw by the Atomic sidewall double. Just stuff like that. G2 had an interesting weekend. They had some really poor showings. They got, really I didn't think the Optic series was as close as the scoreline maybe thought or would show. I thought Optic played that series really well. I thought Optic played really well the whole weekend. And then obviously losing to Sup, that's not something you would expect from G2. Sypical here goes for the nice double. Isn't able to get it. See, again, Atomic jumps early here. Atomic jumps early. Why does Atomic jump here? He knows he's got Jake there on the back wall. He knows he's got Chicago in net. So why does Atomic jump here? Atomic jumps because he's taking away just more angles. So you've got Chicago here blocking kind of the lower part of the net. You've got Jake on the back wall. He could presumably cover the top part of the net. So Atomic just jumps to try to cut off anything that's going to come middle. Any sort of pass attempt that's going to come here. He's not necessarily trying to get the save here. He's just trying to prevent, trying to cluster this corner up here. Ends up being a shot right to Jake up in that top corner. Chicago's able to be alone on the ball here. Missed, again, just missed in defense. So hard to get it by him. Does a great job of challenging. Atomic pops it high. Missed there again. Just the bane of G2's existence right now. He almost saved Atomic's sidewall double, but it was just such a perfect shot that not even Mist could get on there. All three go to try to stop first killer. And then 2 double commit there. It's not a bad double commit just because you were still able to clear the ball down into some open space, but not necessarily something you want to see. Good job avoiding the demo there by Atomic, but he does get demoed anyway. That's the other thing. G2 got demoed a lot this weekend, especially against Optic and FaZe. Just felt like G2 was getting demoed a lot. This is such a great ball from Atomic here up to JNaps, who unfortunately does the G2 just does the G2 bit and absolutely slams the crossbar there. Jake, don't take lessons from me. Put it under the bar. Sypical maybe saves this if it's under the bar. That's about as good of a shot as you can get. But yeah, so triple commit, immediate double commit. Not exactly what you want to see, but you know, it is what it is. Jake's just kind of floating around midfield, come back. Atomic catches the ball up against the back wall. Jake goes for a solo play, Mist is there. Everybody from FaZe kind of pushes up as Sypical goes to get boost. Jake, I mean, Sypical might save that if it's under the bar, but, you know, that's kind of one you expect JNaps to be hitting. Anyway, it falls down. Atomic not able to beat first killer to it. Now we're in a really picky spot. Thankfully, first killer and Mist don't connect on that pass there. Jake with a nice little fake there. Atomic flip reset. And now you're starting to maybe panic a little bit if you're G2. You're under a minute to go. You're down a goal. You are up 2-0 in the series at this point, but, you know, it'd be really nice to just end this one. Another nice passing play out of defense. Atomic has to get back for this. Thankfully, first killer hits the crossbar. G2 able to turn it into a counterattack. Chicago puts it high. Missed again. Just every touch of defense is so good, but the nice little passing play again stopped by FaZe. How about they try another passing play? This time, JNaps able to slot it top right corner. This is just so neat. This is so clean from G2. Chicago gets that extra touch over Sypical down to Atomic. You're thinking maybe Atomic shoots this. Maybe he tries to, you know, what's he going to do here? He just gets this nice little light touch down to JNaps, who absolutely rockets this one. This is an open net. This is an open net as far as anyone's concerned. Jake's putting this right corner every time. Absolutely slots it. G2 tie us up with 26 seconds to go. Now you're looking good. Now you're feeling good. You got 26 seconds to just, even if you can force overtime, you got 26 seconds. You're not pressing for anything. As Jake almost finds it. This is one again. JNaps the double tap king, just wide on this one. Atomic goes for the ceiling pinch pass. It doesn't quite connect. Now G2's got all the pressure. They do lose a little bit of it there as the Chicago misses there, but Atomic able to get up to this one. Jake gets a demo. Atomic gets it down to JNaps. It's a floater, but Chicago's just a little bit too far back to go for it, and first killer able to kill it into the corner here. And this is a big series for G2. Being able to knock FaZe out 9th through 12th, be able to gain some points on FaZe, is really important. JNaps a really big miss there. Gives up possession to FaZe. But G2 all boosted up, all ready to go. Jake, really nice challenge there. Sypical goes high. Atomic, a really nice read coming out of goal here. These are really hard touches to make coming out of goal, and able to be under the ball to push it forward. That's a really nice touch from Atomic. Able to buy his teammates some time. Jake, not the best challenge, but it works out. Now you got Atomic full boosted. Forces Sypical to shoot it early there. Right into Chicago in net. And now G2 looking to counter. JNaps wins a nice 50. Comes straight down to Atomic, who gets the boost steal. Really important there for Sypical. that Atomic's able to steal both of those boosts on that side. Doesn't end up working out immediately, but you know, just making Sypical think about, hey, where am I going to get boosts from now? Making him try to get those small pads instead. Again, missed. Perfect touch out of defense. It's crazy how good at defensive touches Mist is. First killer, pops it up. Atomic looking for a bump now, and Atomic with the assist to end FaZe to get G2 the sweep. This is such great positioning here from Atomic. He's rotating out. He's like, hey, Sypical can't boom this downfield. You know, I'm third man right now. Chicago and JNaps are working their way back. I'm just going to sit on the sidewall here. I'm going to trust that since they're so far ahead of where FaZe is, they're so far in front, I'm just going to sit here on the sidewall. First killer touches it right to me. And now I'll just set up JNaps here in the midfield. I'll just pop it off the ceiling. I'll go for a bump. I'll be an extra distraction for Mist. And Sypical JNaps shoots it low under a pre-jumping Sypical. And G2 wins the series 3-0 off of that one. Atomic is your MVP to me. JNaps in Chicago played a great series. But let me know what you guys think down below. G2 obviously didn't end how we wanted. Finished top 6, I think. Lost to Optic, who ended up finishing top 4. And Complexity took it down this weekend. So let me know what you guys think down below if you want to see more replays like this. I know Chicago does a lot of replay stuff, so he'll probably do something with this series maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If you liked it, be sure to click that like button. If you didn't like it, click that dislike button. Any criticisms and all that is certainly welcome. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.